The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke.
Glory to you, Lord.
Herod the Tetrarch heard about all that was happening, and he was greatly perplexed because some were saying, John has been raised from the dead. Others were saying, Elijah has appeared. Still others, one of the ancient prophets has arisen. But Herod said, John I beheaded. Who then is about whom I hear such things? And he kept trying to see him. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Herod is an interesting character. Can't say that I know a lot about him in particular, but just these a couple times we've seen him. So today we hear that he was perplexed. It says he was greatly perplexed because some were saying John the Baptist was raised from the dead, and he's trying to figure out who this guy is. And then it says he kept trying to see him. It's just an interesting line. He kept trying to see him. I think of the other scene that comes to my mind with Herod is at the big dance, whatever he gave. All his guests were invited, and Herodias, his wife's brother, and her daughter, danced, and he said, I'll grant you whatever you ask for. And he had John in prison, and she said, I want John the Baptist's head on a platter in front of me, and so he did do that. But I think prior to that, maybe it was in that same gospel scene, it said that John disturbed him, but he liked to hear him talk. His words were disturbing, but yet he liked to listen to him, kind of thing. And it's just that same kind of character shows up today when he's perplexed, and he kept trying to see him. So I really don't know what to make of that. I was trying to kind of find a moral of the story. I don't really know. But I think there's just something to be said about that tension, that it's at once perplexing and at the same time attractive. And you don't always know what to do with that. I think us with faith, we take it for granted because we're familiar with it. But for those like Herod, not to say this or that about him in particular, but there's something perplexing and attractive. And I don't know that he ever got to see the Lord with the eyes of faith. We do, so we want to, kind of follow this. He kept trying to see him. We kept seeking him. But yet we don't want to do so as in a curiosity manner. We want to do so in a faithful manner. That's why we come here today. We see him. He's revealed to us in the scriptures, and most especially in the Blessed Sacrament. For us to see that, to hear him, and to receive what he wants to say, it takes the eyes of faith.